Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ajmal Masroor, and I'm here to tell you an incident that happened with me, David Lammy, and Yvette Cooper, and another MP, Catherine. They came to see us in North London, in one of the mosques in our local area. This was just after the incident in Palestine and Israel, the October 7th incident. But just before the Labour Party was about to form a government, just before the election. And during that meeting, I asked David Lammy myself, why did you say that Israel has the right to defend itself by depriving Palestinians of all their rights, occupying their land and their territory? And why did you repeat and regurgitate the lie that babies were being beheaded and baked in ovens? His response was not only shocking, but it just defied all normality and civility that I associated with David Lammy personally, because he was our local MP, or in North London he has been an MP for a while. He said, Ajmal, do you think I'm going to sacrifice my political career? And that is, I want to be the next foreign secretary, the best one Britain has ever had, just for Palestinians? I was shocked. I was appalled. Yvette Cooper is no different. In office, she has proven to be no different to David Lammy and many other previous foreign secretaries as well as parliamentarians. Keir Starmer has supported Israel, its genocide, its war crime, and under his government, British government supplies intelligence, weapons, parts for the weapons that they've used. They've provided political clout. They've provided financial as well as other support that they could provide. And most importantly, moral and political justification for the ethnic cleansing, genocide of the Palestinian people and the obliteration of the people of Gaza and their properties and their homes. So therefore, in the next election, ladies and gentlemen, I would say to you very strongly and very powerfully, do not vote for the Labour Party. Teach Labour Party a decisive lesson. They've betrayed not just the community here, not only the people of Gaza, they've betrayed their own principles. It's supposed to be a party that stands for justice, global justice, but they haven't. So please do not vote for Labour Party. A vote for Labour Party would be a vote for genocide in Palestine. I would go as far as that, because of Keir Starmer and the front bench leadership that has led Labour Party into this awful state. So let's teach Labour Party a very strong and a decisive lesson in the next election. Don't vote for them at all. Doesn't matter who the candidate is. Doesn't matter where they're standing. Should you be voting for Conservative Party? No. They are inherently and have proven to be racist as well as Islamophobic. Deeply Islamophobic. Shadow Justice Secretary recently demanded that the Parliament condemn Muslims for voting in a particular way. How dare she says that? How dare they have these kind of, I think, forget about saying dare, they have an allergic reaction to Islam and the Muslims in this country. And they have proven, MPs, local councillors, even former prime ministers such as Boris Johnson and others, how deeply Islamophobic they are. So it's an Islamophobic party, don't vote for them. Doesn't matter who the candidate is and which area you come from. Don't vote for the Conservative Party either. They supported genocide. They support still the occupation of Palestinian territory. They've supported ethnic cleansing. They support the apartheid state of Israel. Therefore, you should not vote for them. Should you be voting for reform, Nigel Farage's reform? No. Simply and outright no. It's a racist party built on the immigrant haters, based on Muslim haters, based on the rhetoric of hate and division in our country. I told Nigel Farage on his face on the TV debate that he was a racist person. He was an Islamophobic person. He threatened to take me to court, and I said to him, I'll see you in court. People like Nigel Farage whip up hysteria and hatred towards good, ordinary human beings because they want to be in office. They want to be powerful. Don't vote for reform wherever they are. Reform is nothing but trouble for us, trouble for our country, and trouble for the future. Then it leaves you and I wondering whether we should be voting for the Greens. Well, Green Party's leader has made good responses about Palestine, about the people of Gaza, about genocide, and he has been very unequivocal. I understand and I appreciate that. So there could be a possibility that some of you would be thinking about voting for the Green Party. But don't forget, Green Party's ethical and moral issues will cause us trouble. We as Muslims, as people of faith and people of religion, people of God, we have very clear moral and ethical boundaries that we cannot cross. They're called the red lines. I believe the Green Party hasn't resolved those issues. And until Green Party can resolve them, as Muslim, I'd find it difficult to vote for Green Party, though they look the most possible alternative to the mainstream political parties that are out there. I'm not suggesting, therefore, you should be voting for Green Party with your eyes closed. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying ask questions, explore, discuss and debate. Now that leaves you and me with choices in between. Many independent candidates have stood with no party and no affiliation. I'd say suggest, explore, express, discuss, debate with them their policies and their manifestos. Based on how good they are, based on their abilities to deliver, based on their abilities to champion your cause, whether they have done it before, whether they will do it in the future, consider voting for independent candidates with no party affiliation. There are also independent parties that have been formed up and down the country, individually or by groups of people who have come together. They may have run councils, they may have delivered good services. Consider them too in the next election. Consider voting for the right person, because vote is a trust. And you must deliver your trust diligently. You must do your due diligence before you vote. Examine, explore. Don't vote emotionally. Vote rationally. Think. Vote smartly. Vote tactically. Vote for the person or the group or the individual that will best serve your community locally and would stand for your moral, ethical issues of fairness, justice, not just locally but globally. So my simple advice to you all is don't vote for Labour Party. Don't vote for Conservative Party. Don't vote for the Libdems either, because they can't really do much. They haven't proven themselves to be very effective. Vote for the alternatives out there. Greens to other independent parties to individuals. Consider voting for any of those. Far better than voting for any of the other mainstream parties. But don't forget your personal conviction. Your personal conviction on where you think your local priority is and who is going to be able to champion that locally, strongly, powerfully and inclusively. Thank you very much for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.